Flipping on the grind. What's going on? It's your boy Marcus Q,
Your boy AV, we here,
and
we
this is
here.
the Map Social Presents.
The Laundry Podcast. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's good, bro? How you been?
Hey, yeah, man, the news coming in hot. I've been blessed. The news coming in hot. We have to jump on real quick and do this, but for all intents and purposes, if we use the word grape, y'all know what it refers to. We're being censored today, so if we do bring up the R word, we'll be referring to it as the word grape.
Great.
Just so y'all know. There is a video out there. It's been reported by TMZ or a voice recording. Shannon Sharpe is being accused of rape with the girl that he was in a relationship with that's in her early 20s. As you know, Shannon Sharpe is early 50s, early to mid 50s.
Yeah.
It's been some opinions circulating around there that, oh, this is his fault. He shouldn't have never put himself in this position, that she's trying to come after his money, that it's false accusations. Um, they did have a consensual relationship. There's been a phone recording leaked out there. There's been, to me, I think, skewed and altered to a degree where it fits the narrative of what she wants it to fit. The same attorney she hired. You still got me?
Yeah, I still got you cut out, but we good.
Yeah, the attorney that she hired, I will not mention his name, but it's the same attorney that tried to come after Jay-Z for grape allegations. Again, that's grape allegations. And I just think this is all BS. So you want me to go ahead and start on my opinion of things, or you could take over after my little spiel or whatever. Whatever you want to do, you can start. I can start. What you want to do?
I mean, there's a lot of also context. Like, I did some research on this stuff too about just the whole situation, how it supposedly went down, quote unquote, how they met, where they met, and a lot of things don't add up. And I guess as a reason, we're not going to mention the should I mean, Shannon Sharp already mentioned the lawyer's name. You don't want to mention his name, is it?
I don't think it's important, but you can.
No, I think it's really important after the research. I mean, so Tony Busby, he's taken on a lot of cases that um, put black men in negative and bad lights, right? So um, he went after Jay Z. He also went after Sean Combs. He also went after Deshaun Watson, um, and it's just interesting to me to see a lawyer taking on a lot of these cases, um, like I get it. Like, you want to make money or whatever. These are high profile cases, but it does really seem very targeted. Same thing with Shannon Sharp. How he met this lady. It's weird. Like, they supposedly met at a gym. They met at a gym. Uh, and she moved to Nevada. I guess Shannon Sharp be in Nevada a bit as well. And it's Shannon Sharp is like, hey, um, this was all an arrangement. Like, it was a mutual agreement. They were seeing each other, whatever the case may be. So, um, for someone to say grape, um, and has invited this person over, this text is a whole bunch of stuff, back and forth, and she said this isn't the first time that he's been violent with her. And I'm like, okay, well, then why would you continue to deal with someone if you feel a fear? Like, so we're gonna get into what Shannon Sharp said, and we can go more into detail on everything. So,
So, like I said, I don't think the name needs any extra attention. We already know who he is. A lot of people knows who he is. But would I ask you this? Do you think Tony is targeting a certain type of audiences, or the people that's getting involved with these people are targeting them? Because attorney gonna be an attorney at the end of the
no,
day.
I think.
Whatever information.
Well, Shannon Sharp said. We're gonna see what even Shannon Sharp said that he said that.
Most attorneys that handle certain types of cases are going, if they feel like they got enough information, they just gonna take it and run with it to see if they can make money,
Yeah,
regardless of who's bringing it to them. I think the people who are involved with people like Shannon Sharp are the ones targeting them because they have the inside information. All you can do is they know to go to Tony Busby because he probably has a history of winning certain types of cases. I honestly don't think he targeting a certain group of ethnicity, race, or men. If she would have been involved with another sports athlete, no matter the color, if she would have had something tangible that he felt like he can win with, I think he would run with it.
I would like to see. I mean, I'm not gonna say I know the history of all his cases, but in these cases, it seems like the majority of it is all black men. It's not hasn't been any other cases where it was another ethnicity Caucasian, Asian, Indian, whatever that he's taken. And I'm not gonna sit up here and make it seem like I'm pretty sure there's those cases out there. But to go from Deshaun Watson to Sean Combs to Jay Z to Shannon Sharpe, there's a common theme. And even this girl, when we're gonna listen to it, like there's a bait, there's a bait going on to it. She doesn't even go, but she goes, well, they put on the case, Jane Doe. You know, cool, I get it. But it just seems very planned out, and yeah, and there's a lot of history. There's just a lot of history that just blows my mind.
I think the targeted theme is that opportunistic people try to take opportunities. That's the theme, and
Seem
it
like
just so happened to be
seem like
black. It
yeah,
happens to be black athletes that get caught up in this shit, and a lot of other there. I could pull plenty of cases or histories of other athletes that have been caught up in stupid shit when they're dealing with people. I
yeah.
don't think Shannon Sharp deserves this. I don't know what exactly true, so I'm not gonna speak on what's true. I just know the context of what's been put out there. I know that voice recording that was a longer conversation that got skewed to fit a narrative, and I also know that they was in a consensual relationship, and that's a statement of fact that has been put out there. And there's also text messages out there that proves that there was a conversation between them two that Shannon Sharp has put out there that she actually likes to be handled a certain way in the
Yeah.
bedroom. So that conversation was skewed to fit a narrative. And
Hmm.
that's why I think it was put out there. But I don't think he deserves to have to go through this, especially if it's not true. But I do think at this point, when you have a certain level of status, that you got to be real careful. I wouldn't even have a conversation at this point on the phone without witnesses or people around. You're not even allowed to be comfortable in your consensual relationship anymore
Hmm.
because you're so at risk. You're such a target. Like, people are just very vindictive when things don't go their way or a relationship goes sour, and next thing you know, you're getting accused of some crazy shit. But you can go ahead and play. You can go ahead and play what we got.
All right, so what we're about to play is the video Shannon Sharp just put out, basically kind of putting it out there before it gets out of hand. He's taking charge. So let's listen to this.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
So
All right. So before we jump into
yeah,
that,
yeah,
you got the phone call.
yeah. You want to play that first?
Yeah, go ahead and play the phone call too,
All right, so let's listen to the phone call
so we could just jump straight into the conversation of both.
for sure, for sure. Here we go.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
I don't know that mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
It's not funny. It's just it's like stupid.
No, it is funny because you know why you laughing. That don't that sound like she being guided through that call?
That's what I'm saying. This what I. That's why I said what I said. Mind you, I got some. I got some other things. Like So shout out to People Magazine. They actually did, like, they cover some cool stuff. And I don't know what, everything is hearsay at this point, but some things that stood out to me, I was going to read it. Like, so the lawsuit recounts a subsequent alleged incident during which she claims Sharp became violent with her and threatened to kill her after she showed up late to his home, right? Mind you, this happened. She continues to still, quote unquote, go over there, be
What's
with
the timeline on that one? What was the year when that happened?
2024. This happened in
Okay.
2024. So that happened. Then I'm just picking out things that stood out to me. This other one, the woman, she now lives in Nevada. Resident says she met Sharp when she was 22 years old at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023, and she claims he made multiple advances towards her in subsequent visits to the gym before the complainant says she eventually gave in. So she eventually gave.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
now
bro.
the last one. So the plaintiff, who is suing under the name quote unquote Jane Doe, mind you, you hear. I mean, Shannon Sharpe said the name, her name, uh, and also Tony Busby's name. Um, alleges that Sharpe, who was 56, he works for ESPN, raped her on multiple occasions over the course of a nearly 2 year rocky consensual relationship, according to a complaint obtained by People Magazine. So now, based off reading that, I would like to hear what you got to say.
I mean, I already knew the context around all this. I read that on multiple articles. I listened to what's released and then I make my own evaluation.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say if it's true or not, but I'm gonna tell you just my opinion. My
yeah,
opinion is they had somewhat of a timeline of a consensual exchange. It's very hard and it's unfortunate to draw the line between things. Because where do you draw the line? Like, I hate the reactive shit. What I don't like is reactive. Like, you'll hear about these cases because it's common, right? Whether it's targeted or not, it's common, and it'll come out a year or more later. You know
mm,
what I mean? And it's like you'll find out they had a consensual relationship, and I hate certain language like "I finally gave in." Like okay, so
this,
you finally gave in and you started talking to him, so you felt like you had to give in conveniently.
you could.
That, and then I listened to the tone on the phone call. I've taken classes on tone and body language. Like I told you, you
Mm,
know that his tone don't sound like an angry or controlling person. That phone call sound like very, like I said, skewed. Like it only wants you to hear certain pieces. Like there was obviously a conversation before they got to that point, and there was a conversation that was had after that point, and it sounds like just very, very staged. Like she's trying to get, like, what do you mean? What do you
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, like hoping that he reacts to that, and then when it be kept, like,
Yes, you do.
what it sound like to me, that sounds sexual in nature to me.
I
Like they
mean,
have a history of dealing with each other. That's
say,
an opinion.
yeah,
That's an opinion. Um, One thing I'll say is this: what's
yeah, yeah.
important, and it's very unfortunate. I don't think he deserved this. First of all, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Shannon Sharpe got a deal that's going to close for $100 million for all of his brands.
Yep.
And conveniently, when that's happening, which is very common, now he getting sued for half of that cost. So they know the money's there for the taking. They know it's about to be there for the taking, and it could be targeted. I'm not gonna say if it's targeted because he's black, but it just so happened that he in a situation where he has those type of funds, and he happened to get in a relationship with the wrong woman. And I got clips. I could take them and run them where you have other women who have platforms where they're talking about how evil and vindictive women can be when they don't get their way, or especially coming out of a relationship. And they have no remorse of what they put out there. And what I don't like, I hope if he is innocent, I hope most certainly hope that he beat this. But most of the time when stuff like this comes out, people never fully bounce back. They never fully bounce back. They name really never the same. It's almost as like they are guilty, even if they are innocent, which is very unfair based
Yeah,
off somebody's what somebody said off hearsay. So he gonna have to spend all this money to beat this, and then when he do beat it, innocent. It's like that's still out there. Your name is still staying. Your legacy is still staying because they got put that out there about you. So
yeah.
it's unfortunate, but when you reach a certain level of status,
Hmm.
I think you don't deserve to be treated this way. But at this point, There need to be NDAs. There need to be witnesses in the
Yeah,
room. You need to let everybody know who you're dealing with, that you trust is close to you, and definitely don't even have no phone calls. And if you do have phone calls, you need to be very, very careful, and you need to be recording some shit and understand that you can never fully trust nobody once you reach a certain level of status and you just out here talking to people of random different walks of life. Because a lot of people gonna say, "Why was you talking to He a single man. He can do what he want." But they're gonna be like, why was you talking to somebody of that age? It's not really about that. It's not about that. He can do what he want to do within the law, right? Within reason. He don't deserve to have to go through this, but you need to do everything you can to protect yourself.
yeah, yeah. I agree with everything you just said. Everything you said. Besides the whole like, be careful who you dealing with. Like when you that big, when you a big time, when you like an A-list celebrity, everybody knows who you are. Like how many horror stories we got to hear, right? We hear all these horror stories of people getting sued and this and that. There's a long list, and unfortunately, which is weird to me. Maybe I need to do more research or pay more attention. I'm curious if you know of any other ethnicities that be getting charged like that, but it don't seem like that prominent. Like, and I'm like, I find it hard to believe that. I find it hard,
I could find cases, but it just ain't gonna be highlighted as heavy, unfortunately.
and I mean that's what it, and that's why I feel like the media, like when we say the media, like this isn't a. I don't want to frame this as a black white thing. That's not how I want to frame it. I think what it comes across to me as, there's a lot of power players in media, right? Between who owns networks and who does this, who does that, and it's when you making money on your own, or you make it seem like I don't need you, I could do this on my own, and you're actually successful. Seems like there's a lot of tactics people do. Now, who's to say who's actually making these moves? I don't know. But from these lists, like you said, every time when somebody's about to buy something, or become even more successful, it's like, oh, well, here's this. Like it's like a joke, because I don't know. Like it doesn't seem like, who's to say this is real or not. It doesn't seem, this just from the what we just read, from the phone call, everything like that. It don't seem like this is a real grape thing. And I hope it's not. I hope it's not for both people. Obviously for the women, or like that's just traumatic thing to go through, right? And especially if it's true, and now everybody's already doubting you and all that. That's hard. That's emotional. That's like emotionally abusing. And then even for the person like Shannon Sharpe, like hope that's not true, because I think he's done a lot of great work as far as giving people a voice to talk and tell their story,
Yeah.
and you know, and that's not an easy, like I think people see like even what we do, bro. Like they don't they a lot of people, they think, I mean, yeah, we have fun because we have good chemistry, we have a good relationship, and we're ambitious. But like to put all this stuff together, to do overlays, to put you, like that stuff take a lot of work. So when it could be easily taken away based off of allegations, um, is sad to see. And I hope that that's not the case. I I don't think it is, and we're gonna see in the next couple of days how Shannon Sharp
Um.
handles it.
Yeah, for sure. Will said. He gonna catch a lot of heat. I don't know if this is true. They claiming that he, before this got put out, that he offered $10 million, and I know people gonna try to cook Shannon Sharp. Oh, you gotta be killed. You offering 10 million? Nah. A lot of times they will settle because they don't want this to have to mess up their legacy and the things that they worked for.
Low
So
S.
they will part ways with sums of as large as $10 million, because even if they are innocent, it's like once it gets out there, no, even if you beat it all and you're innocent, it's proving you innocent, it's kind of still out there.
Well, I mean,
It's kind of still out there.
going up
You know how
against a
many
younger man.
times stuff like this happen and they will settle before it even. This is a civil suit, by the way, y'all. Let's be very clear. This is a civil case.
Mm,
He hasn't been brought before the state to. It's not him against the state. This is a civil case. So it's like this is like hearsay, like I said, and I don't know if it's true, but they claim he offered 10 million to settle, and I kind of understand why they would do that because he about to probably go through hell to try to fight this and keep his name clean,
yeah.
and especially if you innocent, I wouldn't want to have to deal with this and go out to have to try to just think about it like this, y'all. When you when you have to explain yourself as an innocent man, that feel or person or woman, whoever, I'm explaining myself and I ain't even do shit. I'm offering up an explanation. If that's the case, if you are innocent, I'm offering up an explanation to appease the world because something was said about me. It's kind of like when Kevin Hart was in that situation when they pulled up that old tweet of him talking about he was going to hit his son over the head with the dollhouse because he said that's gay. You
Oh,
don't play with dolls.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. And they,
And at first, he was like, "I'm not apologizing for that. I'm not apologizing for that. I didn't do nothing wrong. That's my son. I raise him how I want." And eventually, guess what? He had to offer up apology to strangers because what people were saying about him.
you know, I mean, and that's the world that we live in, and I'm like, I think one thing now, but between back like way back when, like how we have our platform and other shout out to all the YouTubers. There's some great people doing great work out there. Like people can actually go and get some kind of other viewpoints before just making their opinion. For years, I think people will look at TV, at news, and think that it's the gospel. Oh, that's true, and I think people got a lot of traumas. People are petty, and they're reacting based on their trauma. So, if you went through something and somebody's getting accused of this, in your mind they're an enemy. You're not even thinking if it's true or not true or whatever. You're not thinking about how it affects their life, their family. But I pray, I hope that people could imagine if these all let's all, I mean, I don't list them, but all these different entertainers that gone through these allegations, right? Imagine if none of it was true. Imagine if it was none of it was true. It was just brought up. It was just made up. So because, like I said, some people, powerful people in media, want to get control of your money or put a stain on your name. All these things, you're like, damn, and that's why people be like, yo, here, what do you want? Cool, leave it alone, leave me alone, because they've already made it believable. Like this happened so much. It's like, oh, we got another one. We got another one, and like it's hard to beat that off. Like you don't even
When
believe.
I heard that voice recording, I was like, "Yawn. This is the
Yeah, but see,
evidence
you.
y'all
That's
got
what I'm
so
saying.
far."
You. Some people. I feel like some people, like you say, you like how you look.
Man, if you go read the comments, it's a lot of people because they know it's cap. And I
Yeah.
guess, innocent or not, I guess $50 million is the price you pay. I guess $50 million makes it all go away. I guess all get rid of all the pain and
I
suffering
mean, it
that
ain't
you
gonna
went
get
through.
rid.
And
I
uh,
mean, I'm glad people like him and there's other people too that's like they'll like if you take it there, I'll take it further. They'll keep they no, I'm gonna fight this off. I'm gonna fight this off and
yeah,
fight.
he getting ahead of it. A lot of celebrities will be scared to do that, and they'll lower up and let their lawyer do all the talking. He's smart because him releasing that video, I bet you he probably was advised not to do that. But he was like, "No, I see how you moving. I'm gonna show you how I do. Since
Yep.
y'all want to play with my name, y'all want to play that game. I'll release a statement. I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna get to work because y'all not finna get nothing from me.
Yeah.
You want to go to war? We're gonna go to war. And I think this is eventually, honestly, I think it's gonna fade.
Yeah, I think it's gonna fade too, but I think it's gonna fade too. I mean, I feel like, but now when if it does fade, the people that have these allegations, the different folks, and it comes out not to be true, there needs to be. I feel like there's some things that need to be.
Repercussions. It should be against the law. There should be punishment for that. I think one person ever on this planet ever has been punished for it, and that was not that long ago.
Mm,
And this is very common, and they'll come out and say, "I made it up, I lied." Scholarships has been lost, families have been lost.
uh,
They've lost people. They got sentenced to years and years of time. They can't get back. Defamation of character,
uh,
can't get a job, felonies, they all kinds of stuff, and that person just gets to walk free because they felt like making up something off of a feeling, off of emotion. They wanted to make up something to ruin somebody's life, and it's a very common crime committed by a certain group of people, and there needs to be repercussions for that. I
stuff needs
think
to
it
be
should be
looked into.
against the law.
Yeah, stuff needs to be looked into, and
Like that civil
that's why.
suit shit ain't gonna cut it. It's like I'm gonna sue you because you lied on me. Fuck that
Yeah,
civil suit shit. If you file a civil suit against me and it messes up my damn name, my family name, you put out
it's,
something crazy as what those allegations, and it's proven that you lied, it should automatically get turned over to the state, and you should have to go before the state, and that should be a criminal charge, not a
exactly.
civil, but a
And
criminal
all the
charge.
social media, all that stuff, all these magazines need to put out that has been dismissed, because even when that stuff is dismissed, they don't even. It's like it don't even go. Like no, me don't even talk about it no more. It's like, so y'all was ready
Yeah,
to
I
cook.
made it up.
You gonna cook. Oh, it's not. All right, let's go to the next story. Nah. Come back and tell the way you was broadcasting all these people, and some journalists, they be so emotion. They have so much emotions based on whatever they. I like that's not journalism. Like you putting
Hmm.
your own spin to things because you don't like this person or you believe this to be true, but that's not the facts. You just here to report. If you can't report without your emotions, you shouldn't be a journalist. You should.
No,
I'm not saying that's easy to do, but I'm saying like you have a responsibility because social media is a real thing, bro. People. That's why I
yes,
feel like
sir.
more and more people coming out and doing this.
Yeah, it is what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's the Map Social Presents.
Yeah, Dirty Laundry podcast. We're gonna tune in with this and see how it goes in the next couple of days.
Want to see more videos like this last one?
Hey, just like, share, and comment. That's what you were doing, right? He said it.
I didn't think it was gonna be so short. You gave me that thing.
You stopped
All
too
right,
quick. Yeah, I'm ready when you ready to go. You want me to go first?
No.
So go.
There you go. I'm the director. Want to see more content like the last one?
Make sure you like, share, and comment.
You go first, cause I don't like the way you said it.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? This your boy AV here at the Map Social. You want to see more content like this? Like, share. What? Tell me what words to say.
Like, share, and subscribe.
This is Texas. I'm so Texas, yeah.
Steady tipping, steady flipping on the
I'm
grind.
so Texas, yeah.